Well, good morning, everybody. Guido coming at you with a coffee talk. How y'all doing? Got my coffee? Got no Pilgrim because he's on some kind of pilgrimage to the coast for a bank holiday in England. So good on him. Hope he has a good Sunday. Coffee's good this morning. We've got Gator, Colonel Potter, Stickler, Wayne. What's happening, Stickler? Thanks for the sub. Much appreciated, man. May the 4th be with you. I did not realize that it is the 4th of May, is it not? So I've got the obligatory TIE Fighter and X-Wing right there, fellas. Anybody doing anything for May 4th? I think if I go downtown, I'm going to see a bunch of strangeness. So people all dressed up and all that. Let's see, channel news, what we got going on. We have, if I go over here, if I knew how to do this, you'd think I would. AAT-60. Yes, I believe it is a lavender farm expedition of some kind. 235 days till Christmas. Yes, absolutely. Talk a little bit about that. The monetization strategy. What are we doing channel-wise? I like this. This is pretty good. AAT-60. You guys got this? Do you play it? I think it was part of one of the space-themed things, I want to say, maybe. Boxes or some such. Don't know when it came out, but this is pretty good for a medium. Yeah, Loot Box Mania. I haven't seen any of those for a while, have we, though? Aren't there supposed to be... We did have a rumor about some coming up, but I haven't heard anything about it. We do have an event coming up next week, but it's not boxes as far as I know. It's another one of these PvE kind of things. Yeah, you like that annoying camo? Here you go. Or are you talking about it came with the annoying camo? Yeah, I think it was the space-based thing, right? Yeah, we have D-Day boxes. Is that a bridge too far? Let me think. For Wargaming, is that a bridge too far? Boxes on D-Day. It might be just. But it's also possible. I'm not saying there's a 0% chance, though. There is a higher than 0% chance. What makes noise every time it gets hit? This cow? I haven't noticed that. Noise every time it gets hit. I am not aware of that. Are you talking about the camo I have on it? That would be interesting. I hadn't noticed it though. What is this camo called? No, this is 3 pieces of camo. Oh, the spaceship one. I gotcha. I wonder if I have that. 3D, right? 3D styles. I do have it. Emissary. All right. Yep, there you go. Yep. Oh, does it sound like space paint space things? I don't think I've ever seen anybody use this camo. Everyone hears it. Not just... All right, I gotta check that out. I'm switching it. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'm gonna. I have to see. Heisenberg, what's happening, man? How you doing? Oh, and Scotty, this is gonna be great. All right, I'll check that out. So we're doing the AAT-60. We are playing the XM57, which is pretty good. Kind of a brainless tank, to be honest. More or less. Still doing the Manticore, trying to crank it up to, I think, number 5 in my most played, and the Tiger Mouse, which is a really boring tank, if I'm honest. It's just slowly go to some place where you can punch faces, and then be a bit bummed out because your penetration with your APCR isn't quite enough to deal with other super heavies. Like, this thing can't even pen the front of an E100 turret. It's painful. Zimbo, 29 months, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, waggle. Go back to base. Nice. Yeah, Grendel, they all are, but this one I think especially, because it's not... I mean, it's a tier 9 super heavy, right? It's not the big bad super heavy, so if you run into a Mouse or an E100... You can't pen them unless you're getting into the lower plate. I don't know, it's just, its turret's not that great. It's okay. It's okay. And it only hits for 530, which is a lot, but if you think about it, it's not that much when you got 750 alpha guns running around at tier 9 and 10 all over the place. 650 alphas, 750, the 1,000 alphas at tier 10. So those are the tanks I've been playing. I really haven't played many other games recently. There was a while back there where I was playing a lot of different ones, but I haven't gone back to any of them. I've been looking at a couple, but really haven't pulled the trigger on any of them. Kind of busy this summer, so I might not be doing that anytime soon. Maybe in the fall when things slow down. XM57 Stickler, I have a video for you on that coming up next week. But here it is. Rammer, hardening, and the experimental turbo. So I think the rammer's mandatory really for this tank. And if it's the replay I'm thinking of, you've got a low noise exhaust. I would take the low noise exhaust off of it. But yes, it helps with the camo, but this is not really a camo sniper. If you want to make a camo setup, once you unlock the two setups, then go whole hog and make yourself a camo setup for maybe those, I don't know, proc or something like that, bottom tier, and you don't really want to go forward. I would still sort of move forward because its armor's pretty good, but that's to taste. But for just plain straight up loadout. Now, a lot of the other people are going to get rid of hardening and put vents on it. Yeah, camo it. I mean, you could do that, but not recommended. But that's the loadout right there. The gun is painful. It is a gun that will shoot the dirt at 50 meters consistently. When it hits, it's pretty brutal. What's it dropping? 630 average damage. But you end up seeing a lot of 500s, which is kind of interesting. I feel like I see more 500s than 600s with this thing. Change to vents, innovative aiming system, accuracy improvement. That's the new loadout? Okay. I don't know if I have I do have another setup. Yeah, I do have that setup. I've got rammer, IA, and turbo. I guess if I think I'm going to be shooting longer range, maybe that's a better proc setup, really, to be honest, for longer range shots. And that's more of a city smash them in the face setup. So the X57, let's take a look at it, actually. Those are all great questions. Give me a second to call this up. Because you can pen it. It's actually not that hard. There we go. All right, so let's go to, that's not the one I want. Actually, I need the other one. What's it called? Tanks.gg. There we go. On the list. Because there's a place that's pennable that you won't think about necessarily. Because you're going to look at it and go, oh, that's upper casemate, that's always strong. There you go. So follow the green. Now what is that? Well, the lower plate, obviously. It's not a massive lower plate in width, but it is pretty decently sized, and if you can get to it, you're in good shape. Now, most people are smart enough to go hold down, but if they go hold down and cover that up, now where do I go? Well, notice this back piece of the casemate here. When you're head onto it, it's actually not that thick. Now, 240, 250, you're going to need gold, but it's a pennable spot, and then it does have a hatch. It's a very thin hatch, but it is also eminently pennable. But this upper bit here, with anything with decent pen, the top part of the casement, and when they angle, it's even better. Now it does, it kind of rolls off, so you got to be careful. There is a point at which, obviously, you wouldn't be aiming at that little nook when it's that angled. You'd be going after the side, which only makes sense. But people will over-angle this thing quite a bit because the turret turns so much. Half turret, whatever you want to call it. They'll come out sideways a lot, and then they start opening up side shots on it. So with a decent pen, look for that spot right there. Now it's fairly thin, but you can pen it. Unlike this super thick, you know, that little turret thing is, especially on the front, as you can see, it's very thick. So there you go. Change vents, try a turbo. Always seem to cupola snipe me for 800. Yeah, it's there. I mean, you got to watch it. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. It's not nearly as big as a lot of the American ones, which is nice. But it is there. It can be sniped. So those are the tanks I'm playing. Home improvement wise, all good. We're basically done. We got one small little project we're trying to finish up, but tile guy's been busy doing other stuff. So once we get that done, then it's on to the next thing, whatever that might be. So far, touch wood, there isn't a next thing, but we'll see how it goes. I got a busy summer coming up, guys, just so you know. There'll be 2 weekends in May that I won't be doing Coffee Talk, and that will be next weekend, the 11th, which is also Mother's Day, and the weekend of the 25th. So the 11th and 25th, no Coffee Talk. The 18th, there'll be a Coffee Talk the weekend in between. So on the road a bit on Monday. On Monday? On the road a bit in May. Which, both of those are going to have travel on Monday. There you go. Exactly, Stickler. Exactly. 80s late to the gate. You got me on that one. Oh, dog. I'm not sure. I'm not catching the reference, my friend. It's right over the nugget. Oh, racing. Racing in the Indy 500 this year? Yeah. I'm entering my F-150. It'll be awesome. My F-150 with the engine light should win. My wife chose to have the pool resurfaced. Oh, yeah. We just had some friends did that. They had to get some cracks repaired and then have it resurfaced and all that stuff. That was a pretty penny. Then they have to fill it up with a bazillion gallons of water and kickstart the salt chlorine system, whatever it is, the salt purification, yada yada, which takes apparently 18 bags of it over like a week, feeding it in. Yeesh. Oh, tally ho, you've just arrived. That makes sense now, Odd Dog. Gotcha. Welcome. Who else is here now? Gator? Have you seen Gator? Talk to Wayne. We got Grendel, Heisenberg, Jimmy, Stickler, Cliffy. Good morning, fellas. What else? Channel news. That's about it, guys. That is about it. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to get some streaming going on. I don't know. Other than this on the weekend, that's about the best I can do right now. Keep the videos heading out. Send me any replays if you got them that you want looked at or think are awesome or funny or whatever. I'm always looking for content, so I don't have to continually always show my stuff. Nothing special. What's up? So there you have it. Mission or channel news-wise. Missions and specials. Is there anything going on now? Not really. Not really, but there's some things coming up. So let's see what's for sale, just for giggles. Because we have to sell things, fellas. We have to keep the lights on. Absolutely have to keep the lights on. There's not a whole bunch in here. Yeah, we can talk about experimental equipment. They're kind of combos. Let's go ahead and just flex to that for giggles. So we'll go to the depot, because I've got one of each, I believe. Go to the equipment, get the experimental stuff out. Yep, I have a type 3 of each kind. So starting with this, I think this is the new one, accuracy improvement system. So this is -7 to the circle size and +5 to the aiming speed. Is that all that one is? Interesting. So it is showing all of the bonuses. All right. So helping with accuracy, right? It aims in faster. It's got a bonus to the circle size. We've got fire control, which is aiming speed. A little bit more to the aiming speed, but this is only helping during vehicle movement and traverse for minus 11%. So this is sort of a GLD vert stab-ish thing. All of these pluses and minuses, and I'm looking at the tier 3 version of it. I only really recommend using the tier 3 stuff because the bonuses are smaller than a piece of equipment, than a like piece of equipment. But remember, you're getting sort of 2 pieces of equipment-ish in one. That's why you're going to get less out of it. I think probably the most useful one is the mobility improvement system. So 8% to power, plus 6 to traverse speed or gun traverse, plus 6 to hull traverse, minus 6 to dispersion during vehicle movement and traverse. So that's kind of a combo, or it is a combo of a turbo and a vert stab, which is pretty good. Remember, it's only for the movement piece of it. The reason I think this is probably the best is the bonus to your speed, especially for the tier 3, I want to say is close to, if not the same, or maybe slightly better than a regular turbo. And when you start talking about turbos from the, is it the improved? No, this is experimental. From the improved, which is the best one, all the way through, the bonus is more or less realistically the same, because you're only talking a couple kilometers an hour. So you're getting a pretty good boost out of this thing, and you're getting a bonus dispersion during movement thing. So if, in my opinion, if you're going to use a turbo, unless you're using the improved one, or you just have to have that extra kph out of a bounty one, I would go with this one. So survival equipment is very similar to the hardening, and I guess probably at the end of the day, so this is plus 9% to hit points. Let's see what my hardening is on this. 10%? Plus 11%. So this is plus 11%. 2% less for the experimental one. So kind of the same argument can be made. Let's get back to it. Kind of the same argument can be made for the survival improvement. If you're going to use hardening, you might as well use this because you're going to get a few other bonuses involved with it. Because you're also getting plus 100% to internal module durability, suspension, and repair speed, which is pretty nice. So this is kind of a combo hardening and improved configuration. That's what's going on with this. So if you're okay with 2% less hit points, and that was off of a bounty, we just compared it against a upgraded bounty piece of bounty equipment. That's the way to go. I'm not as jazzed about the fire control system. Thing is, though, you could have a fire control system and an accuracy improvement system on the same tank. Now, it's 2 slots, but you're sort of getting the benefits of 4 different pieces of equipment. Bond hardening is 12.5. There you go. 12 yeah, that's quite a bit. So that's a significant bonus, but you're also getting the extra stuff. Plus 50%. Track health can be nuts. Yeah. This is why, and I complain about it quite a bit when I'm playing the game, and sometimes in my reviews and stuff or gameplay videos, about how I can't track anything. It's just, it's hard now. With people have the right equipment on and a crew trained and all the various things, you can get a bonus for repair, or just the fact that you can't even damage it with the bonuses. It can be, it's frustrating when you continually try to track something and either they fix it like that or you just can't get it done. Every 3rd or 4th shot tracks, as opposed to, 5 years ago, every shot that you put in there would track it more or less once it got damaged once. That's all of these things. So that's kind of my spiel on it. I hadn't really thought about the survival improvement using that over hardening. That's something I may have to consider. I might throw that on some tanks and check it out. I routinely use the turbo mobility improvement system in place of a regular turbo, unless I'm going to use the Bond one, or I just really want the top level bonus out of the Bounty one. I don't use these other two very much. Just haven't really thought about it too hard. Or you hit it and he immediately fixes it. You hit him again and he's got 2 kids and he immediately fixes it. And you do it again and his repair time is like 4 seconds or whatever. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough when you track them and you can't even get a reload before they fix it, depending on your tank. So I hope that helped, man. I think I have one tank. Yeah, I'm messing around with one tank that I have a full experimental loadout on. That's the chopper. So with the chopper, I am running the survival. I'm running the mobility improvement, and I also have, for giggles, the accuracy improvement. Only issue with putting the improved or the experimental stuff on there is it costs parts to take them off. So it's 100 parts to demount them, and if you do a bunch of movement, that you can burn through parts really quickly moving stuff around. Field mods, survival on the K2 and tracks never break. If they do repair, it's like 1 second. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Your field mods. So there's another bonus right there. Is that this? Yeah, plus 10% to durability. That's awesome. Oh, that's all aiming stuff and that's all vision stuff. I wonder what I haven't messed around with the ultimate loadout for not getting tracked, but I wonder what it is. So it would be this thing, right? And I guess you could... Hold on, let's do this. Let's add this guy. You know what, let's do the XM57 since it's there. That's a guy you don't want to get tracked. So if we do this, let's go... I think I can do all here somehow, right? How do I do that? Huh. I thought there was a way to make it all. Don't know. Does this have the modification? Let's see. Yep, there we go. So we'll do that. Let's have hardening. What else would we need? So we got to put improved hardening first. There we go. What else do we need? We need anything else here out? So we go improved configuration, yeah. And then can we also put the experimental? No, we can't. Interesting. All right, did not know that. So that's, you can't also put those on with it. Okay, fair enough. So I don't think there's any vents. Vents, yeah, it's got to be vents because that helps everything, right? Is that the best? As far as trying to supply that. What else can we do? Food? Does that help? I think it does. And vent purge. Pre-battle maintenance? Yeah. Boom. Okay. Nice. Is that it? I'm probably missing a crew skill. What crew skills do I need? Is this driver maybe? Control impact. Repair speed. There we go. I gotta have the repairs. What else do we need here? Velocity. Does anything help? Here, we'll do that if we're close or we've just been hit. I don't think that'll show it, but it might. Oh, a directive. Oh, yeah, I put the directive in. That would help with consumables coming back. Oh, wait. Oh, I can only have 6. Hold on. Is this one? Quick, no. Armorer, nope. I think that's it. We'll just do that for giggles. Why will it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got it. 6. There you go. I think that's about the best we can do, right? So what did we get? Survivability. $1470 hit points. 2.55 seconds. Suspension repair time. 2.55. That's a. Where's the bonus? Consumable internet. Yeah. Minus 18% consumable cooldown time. 150% internal module bonus. Durability. Wait, how do I... Oh, plus... That's weird. What does that say? Why does it have a red? Is that down from what it was? How does that... Why is that red? That's odd. Minus 70 to engine fire percent. There it is. Oh, there's the repair speed. 171% to repair speed. Repair is a... Yeah. Yeah, there's a bonus. The food is a bonus to everything, and repair is one of the crew skills. Absolutely. You think it means what? Yeah, 2.55 seconds to repair your tracks, man. With this loadout. Oh, Talio. Engine power. Ooh, that's a lot of engine. If I do get engine damage, I'm taking a big hit. And a big loading penalty. Look at this. Minus 67% damage to ramming. Received on suspension, never mind. And minus 30 for damage received. That's crazy. That's a hilarious loadout, man. I don't know how practical or good it is. But if you want to just absolutely... I mean, if you want to assault TD and just get in people's faces, I guess that's the way you go right there. That's wild. This repair kit gives you... Yeah, there's no protection with a repair kit on getting damaged less, because there kind of is with the... Yeah, you've got a plus 15 to not get injured, essentially, with the large kit, but they don't do that with the repair kit. That doesn't... all three of these things are just slightly different on how they work. I guess I was... When I said three of these things, I'm talking about the fire extinguisher. All right, cool. Well, there you go. Very interesting. All right, where were we? What was I talking about? I have no idea. Oh, we were shilling. That's right. All right, let's go. What do we got, fellas? It looks like this is Watt Salute, so not all of you will see that. But if you do have it, there's a Caliban and an AMX-30. They're all right. The boys are back yet again. I still haven't watched the last season, actually. I sort of fell off of it. I guess I'll get to it eventually. Find some time. But this is the T-42. I did 100 battles in this. I actually liked it. It wasn't a terrible tank. It's just an average all-rounder. And if you're looking to spend money on average tanks, then go for it. But they do come with all these crew members, and the crew members are pretty good. That's the one big bonus out of these things. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. You get 10 crew members that are pretty decent. I think all mine are in tanks. I don't remember what they came with. Maybe one skill or two, enough for two or some such thing. I don't have any of them available right now to tell you. So maybe somebody can tell you in chat. I don't remember what they came with. Yeah, Cliffy, that's exactly it. Which is an okay attribute in this game, actually. If you're decent at the game, you can make that work. It's just you're not gonna dominate. No one's gonna be afraid that a T-42 rolled up on them. Fury is back, so if you missed out on that thing, premium month. I don't know what this means, but there's a 112 available. It's a really power crept tank. It's okay. It has preferential matchmaking, which just doesn't mean what it used to mean based on all of the tier 8.5s that are at tier 8. That kind of stuff. It's just okay. And then this tier 7 201 A45, again, another decent all-rounder, just not very sexy, not going to knock your socks off at all. Frontline tanks, things that they think will do well in frontline, which is going on right now. You got a Renegade, okay, decent heavy. You've got the GSOR, which is the autoloader TD thing, so lots of firepower, decent mobility. You got that dude kicking around. The Lancen always shows up as somehow a great frontline tank, but really, if you're going to drive a Lancen, you might as well grab yourself a Progetto 46, although that's not being sold, so there you go. It's got mobility and a decent gun's kind of the idea with this on frontline. And then a M40 190, which is a really strange choice for a light tank for frontline, but it hits decently. Pretty good accuracy on the gun, good mobility to get around the map. There's certainly better light tanks, but in frontline, you're not really playing a light tank like you would in pubs. You kind of need to get damage. So something that will spit out some damage and maybe have a slight bit of staying power. That's kind of your guy right there, ish. I liked playing light tanks on frontline, but it's kind of a niche operation. You're more than likely way better off with a medium at frontline, because the problem with light tanks in frontline is if you lock down an area, eventually the battle's going to move on, or you're going to just get overrun by numbers. If people pile into your area and they're just going to randomly come across where you are hiding in a bush, you just can't really do the hide in a bush thing. So that makes you an active light tank most of the time, and you need damage to do well. So yes, assist helps, but your pure damage is really the way to go. You can spam out some of the special powers and stuff like that to do that, but it's just more fiddly with a light tank, and you could just do better with a medium. There you go. So there you go. That's true. Yep. But again, you're in a light tank, so not as survivable on that cap. There, it's the give and take. I think you're just better off with a medium tank, honestly. All right. Although, to be honest, I haven't played frontline for years, so that's a lot of old information. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Vehicles-wise, nothing new there. It's all the old stuff. I noticed that the rental thing has sort of faded away. You don't see many of those now. Styles, and then this whole OLS thing is going on again. If you want to have the style from some of these teams or whatever all this stuff is. And that's pretty much it. We go over to the client. What do we have? Same old stuff here, fellas. We've got obviously battle passes going on. I am sitting at second chapter 43, so cruising along. Not really on pace though. I should be done with this. We are actually getting close to the end of this battle pass, guys. It will be in June on the 3rd, so we're inside a month now by a day. So June 3rd, this is over. Start thinking about what you're going to do with this. Remember that your tokens do not go away. I think your scratch vouchers do. When did they change that? Were they always called scratch vouchers? When did, did I just miss that? The word scratch was there? Why is it called scratch voucher? Oh, this is the elite. Never mind. Now I understand. Now I'm tracking. They're called, those are the ones if you, right, finish and then you go to the elite levels and then there's extra goodies with those. That's right. Yeah, those are new. I was thinking the Battle Pass vault points, but I don't have any of those right now. I spent those. You finished one chapter, Odd Dog? If you come over here to spend those points, I think, well, you can get the 3D styles. So if you've missed one of those along the way, you can grab those. There's 2D stuff that you can grab. Some of these are decent. Different camos that are not that easy to find. So that's okay. Crew members, a bunch of these crew members, and they're all good. They've got enough experience for 3 slots or 2 and then pick the third, whatever it is. Those are all old characters from old battle passes. For my money, in my opinion, this is where you want to be. On the other, you've got 3 tanks in here, which are the old tier 6s from 2 or 3 battle passes ago. So that's fine. If you don't have those, you can pick them up. But here's what I think you should be looking for, and that's the bonds. They kind of changed the amount of points that they halved it, basically, or you got half the bonds for the amount of points you used to get. Whatever. 100 points for 50, 200 points for 100, 400 points for 200 bonds. It is to taste, but that's what I'm grabbing. You didn't even activate it this time. Meaning you didn't activate the bonus. I'm assuming you did activate the free one, right? Tell me you activated the free one, because it's just free. I really hope you activated the free one. Are you trying to make a statement, nothing special? I would believe not buying it. That's 2,500 gold for each one, so 7,500 just for each of the 3 chapters. That's kind of painful, to be honest with you. No activation at all? Making a statement. Nothing. Is that because you're not playing the game? Or are you actually playing it? I'd activate it, man. Get your points. Get your goodies. There's no reason not to activate it. It's free. Unless we're trying to make a statement. I got it. You know, that's what you want to do. I hear you. I understand. What else we got going on? Missions. That's it. We've got Battle Pass. We've got regular missions here, which is, these are all bonuses for Battle Pass stuff. Salute reinforcements. And that is it. Nothing else there. Play Frontline. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I think there are Battle Pass points for Frontline, so you would still be getting goodies. There are Battle Pass points for Frontline. All right. What was that? Oh, that's right. I want to find... So we do have another PvE event coming up. And I believe it's here. On the battle mode, if you go to stories, there it is, bottom right. And they've snuck a few of these in along the way. There are now 5 of these, and it looks like we're going to get one more, and that will be the special event that's going to start on the 8th. We'll go over those details in a minute, but this is where these things live. And I've already done Steel Avalanche. These were the first 2 that came out, and Operation Trapper. Now these other ones, this one is... There's the Overlord one. So remember, Overlord came out, but they snuck these other 2 in, kind of in between. Hammer and Anvil and Cat in the Mousetrap. And I haven't even done any of these yet. And they've got little awards. So a bit of silver. There's a day of premium there. What else is this one? Same thing, maybe. We've got, yeah, free experience. There's some small kits, some silver, etc. You do have to... So if you just do it, you get a reward, and then you have to do it without taking damage, okay, from enemy mines. Complete it without losing a single vehicle. So a bit more challenging. Kind of the same thing they did with Overlord. And I never actually finished Overlord, the other ones, in under 18 minutes and without losing a single vehicle. There are some guides out there on how to do it, where to go and how to do it. It's actually not that hard, but My only issue with trying to do it in under 18 or this other way is you'd spend 15 minutes futzing around, 15, 20 minutes, and then you'd fail at it and you'd have to do it again just to get these little rewards. And I went, yeah, it's not really worth it. It would be nice to clear those off. I'm a bit of a completionist. I don't like those sitting there looking at me. But if you fail once or twice, now the time you put into it just to get that little reward is not really useful. I think you need to spend your points each battle pass still. So I guess I got off track a little bit right there, fellas. You want to, let's go back to battle pass. The tokens will stay, but these battle pass vault points you need to spend. They go away. I did wonder if maybe saving them up towards the end of the battle pass, maybe something would show up. It doesn't seem like anything like that's going to happen, so I don't think you lose anything by spending those as they come in. Saving up for what you want, but spending all of them before the battle pass goes away. Exactly, Wayne. 100%. Save the tokens, spend the points. I mean, spend the tokens if you can get the tank you want, but I'm not gonna have enough tokens to get the tank I want until the next battle pass starts, because I used 3 of them right off the bat to get my bounty equipment. Take the cannoli. All right. How about Watt Monthly, dudes? Watt Monthly. First, can we have a moment of silence for Commander AF? The last, as far as I know, of the player-facing North American staff. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's any other NA staff left. Player-facing, not that are on, like community guys, or there may be some guys on the team, but as far as no kid interaction with players, well, Chieftain, but he is NA. That's right, he is NA. Tragic's gone too. Yep, Tragic left several months ago. No, Commander AF just left. She left. Well, good question. That is a great question, Sir Major Rock. Don't know. They sort of talk about that. Basically, she's moved on to bigger and better things, and we got this dude. We got him. I don't know. Yeah, she's leaving. Was about it. Yeah. So let's take a look at Watt Monthly here. We got this guy. Oh, that's great. Gotta change the sound around a little bit here. Here we go. All right, what do we got? Let's see. That's
Hello,
loud.
tankers. Adam Snowgrove here, and today it's me who will be telling.
No offense to Adam, I'm sure he's a fantastic guy, but we went from Commander AF to Adam Snellgrove. That's great.
About all the
All right.
upcoming events and specials coming to World of Tanks in May. Unfortunately, our favorite host is leaving Watt Monthly. We owe a lot to Commander AF, and are so grateful we had her in Watt Monthly for this long. We wish her all the best in her future adventures, and we will carefully preserve her memory in every tanker's garage. Stay tuned for details on that at the end of the video. So, what will we look at today?
That, by the way, if you want them, is a code. Farewell, Commander AF. Let me just copy and paste it. And what you will get is decals and a skin that actually has a voice. I don't think there's enough experience on that commander to do anything. I don't think it's... You can obviously you can pick your next skill, but I don't think it has enough experience for a skill. That is the code, though. Yeah, no skills. And a bunch of decals. And sadly, I tested it for you because that's the kind of guy I am. None of it is sellable. Yeah, Crocodile, thank you. I was a little bit worried about that, all that text until I read it, but all right, man, welcome. Thanks for the first time chat. Absolutely. Artie will make you feel special, 100%.
An Onslaught season and a legendary Onslaught tournament. A new global map season. Celebration of VE Day, including a special in-game event. And much more.
And much more. It does have a voiceover, to be fair, and she does a good job with the voiceover. So if you like the voice stuff, then it's not bad.
In May, the whole world celebrates the 80th anniversary of victory in Europe, and World of Tanks is no exception.
The whole world? I don't know if the whole world does, but okay.
A single-player historical mission awaits you in the vein of last summer's Operation Overlord. In Operation Postman, you'll be able to use a completely new stealth mechanic to perfect your sneak and peek abilities from me.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. A new stealth mechanic. Okay.
6. Creep behind enemy lines to relay crucial data and end the war. There'll be rewards for Hero Scouts, including a unique version of the M24 Chaffee. Also, from May 8th to 12th, you'll get times 5 XP instead of times 2 for your first victory, and discounts on consumables and tanks.
Yeah, so there's discounts coming. We'll take a look at it, but another consumable sale, so that's good. You will have a consumable sale if you're looking for consumables next week.
Make use of special missions, and, of course, Twitch drops. And on May 10th, drop by the official World of Tanks Twitch channel to join a historical stream from the Tank Museum in Bovington. Besides a helping of history, there's also a mystery. That mystery being mystery drops. Welcome to Onslaught. The current season is now in full swing, and it's the last one in the annual cycle. This is your last chance to grab the rare Stinger. Just look at this beauty. Complete
You
weekly
bet.
missions to get as many rewards as possible. If you skip a week, don't worry. The missions won't disappear. The season will end on May 25th, so don't cover your guns with tarp yet. And if you want to learn to play Onslaught like the pros, come and watch the tournaments. The AMD
Not really.
Onslaught Legend series continues, and it's as hot as ever. From May 13th through May
All right, he's
5th,
giving it a shot,
your
man.
team
Quit
will
mocking
be the
it.
best
He's
tankers in the
doing
world.
fine.
Fight for an impressive prize pool. By the way, you can contribute to it by purchasing special esports bundles. 7, yes, 7 streams with intense clashes are ahead. So stock up on the popcorn and may the best team prevail.
Yeah, Zemke's here. It's still Kedge's fault, though.
And the esports don't stop there. A good old global map season will start in the middle of the month. If you've got the guts and the skills, join a decent clan and prepare to show what's
The guts, the skills, and entire evenings. You forgot the third part.
in ya on the global map. It's going to be hard, fun, and a very nice earner. And Boosteroid. With the Boosteroid subscription and a stable internet, you'll be in global map or last stand, even with a laptop from the Jurassic era. And you'll get a new goodie set in the game. In May, Boosteroid subscribers will get the exclusive Blend-In 2D style and the Chameleon decal. This semester, a new tanks catalog for 6 months subscribers will become available. Progetto 46, Type 63, or Turtle Mark 1. I think I'd go with a Turtle. Or maybe the Progetto? Let me know in the comments what your choice would be. Check the article on May 1st.
I would, Adam, bit of advice. Dial it back from 11 to about 8. Just
for more details on that one.
calm down a little
And
bit.
one more thing you'll definitely need to be at peak performance for Onslaught and on the global map are gaming jerseys. They won't give you an extra 3% to concealment, but they're made from such high quality materials that even HE shells bounce off of them. Experience maximum
Oh boy.
Comfort in each of the 3 designs options. You can add your game tag and your flag so you can properly represent. Snap one up via the link in the description.
I do have a big hoodie, a big World of Tanks hoodie, and sadly, I bought it when I was fatter, and now it's giant. It was big anyway because I got like the XXL, and I guess whoever designed that XXL actually made it XXL, and it's just massive. But it's too hot right now. Amazing reading from a script without knowing what the things in the script really mean.
We also have something else for tankers.
Okay.
Our official book, World of Tanks: Journey Through Art, made in collaboration with Cook and Becker. This is a
Who?
treasure trove of blueprints, drawings, descriptions, and other eye candy from 2020 to 2025 for any true tanker, collector, and art enthusiast.
That's interesting. I wonder if... I was actually sent one of those. And I guess the 2020 to 25, that's probably when this last one was put out. Keesley has the forward. I don't know if it's... Got to be in here somewhere where it was printed. Don't know, but it's kind of the same idea. It's got all the art. It's actually... I mean, I don't know if I'd buy it. It was cool that they sent it to me, but it's got all kinds of cool stuff. It's a nice book. I mean, it's high quality, bound, thick book. There you go. Never really looked at it, but I mean, I've paged through it. It's pretty cool. That was an OG Wargaming move. They sold a mouse with a PZ code. Yeah. Good fires.
The opportunity to pre-order.
I'm saving it for the apocalypse.
Don't
Sorry,
miss
Major
your
Rock.
chance to take a look inside the art of World of Tanks. And finally, I'll tell you how you can honor the memory of Commander AF by recruiting her. Until May 15th, use this bonus code, Farewell Commander AF, and receive a set of decals, inscriptions, and a 2D style dedicated to our beloved host. You'll also get Commander AF herself as a commander for any of your tanks. The event ends on May 15th, so don't miss your chance to get Commander AF to help you out in the battles ahead. And I'll see you in the month. Cheerio!
Spaceships, my favorite. Well, I guess we're not actually really in space.
Hola tankers and welcome to WOT Monthly. Here's what World of Tanks PC has in store for you this July.
But you didn't think I'd miss an opportunity to dress up for Halloween, did you? You know, maybe
Right?
a premium
Hey,
tank
buzzers.
like the M4A1 FL10, which is actually my favorite tank. Though I covered a lot, I may not have covered it all. I mean, I know I haven't covered it all.
Yeah, did she show the future there? The Blue Origin?
And because of that, you're going to want to stay tuned to the World of Tanks. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.
Strange to me, and you never know, because however, you know, she may have just said, all right, I'm out and don't want to do it or whatever, or who knows, she got let go mid-month or who knows. It's a bit strange to me that there wasn't a note from her, video note from her. I mean, whatever, it's just a company you work for. It's once you move on, they're like, revoke all your stuff and get out of the building and take your box of your garbage and move on, kind of thing. So, yeah, kind of sudden, and off goes Commander AF, and we got Snellgrove. Snellgrove. Yeah, it seems kind of strange. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought as well as Zemke. I figured it. They handled it okay there, I think. It's not like it just happened and they don't mention it, so good on them as far as that goes. But I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter, does it? At the end of the day. Yeah, it's kind of how they've handled so much stuff. So it is not outside of the standard, I guess, is what I would say. I'm not surprised. That did not surprise me. All right. think that's that for missions and specials. Postman's coming up. Most of that video was a sales pitch. Buy a shirt, buy a book, spend money on this. We have a PvE event coming up. Is that? And then there's some Onslaught. Interestingly, on the Onslaught thing, they actually did an update halfway through the season, which kind of blows my mind. Anybody been playing Onslaught? Was that update they did? They changed a couple of the magic powers. Was that really causing a problem? I mean, if you're doing a competitive thing, like Onslaught, theoretically competitive, and halfway through the season where you're trying to get a high enough points total to do X, and you've learned the system and you're rolling, and then the company comes in mid-season and changes it, wouldn't that be kind of annoying? Is Ikibu gone? Haven't heard anything about Ikibu. You have 47 Meathead Militia decals? Yeah. It's really painful this season, Bruin? Really? Is that because of all the magic power stuff? I haven't even touched it. I haven't even thought about it. All right, guys. I am out of coffee, so I'm going to go refresh the coffee. We're going to take a 5-minute break so we can all get up. Do your stretches. There were, Bruin. There were. Yeah, absolutely. Give me 5 minutes and we'll be right back.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos, to the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game.
All right, we is back. We is back. Blame Kedge for this coffee break. It is Kedge's fault. Regional support doesn't really make sense for a game like this. Not at the size that NA is. It was interesting though. I mean, when the company was really rolling back in like 2014 or so, it made a lot of sense. I did go out there. It was years ago now. Might have even been in 2014 or a little after 16, 17, something like that. Before the pandemic. Before the hurricane too, I think. To the Austin office, they had quite an operation there. A lot of people working there. They had World of Warships in the same building. They had World of Tanks. They split them up later on. They did quite a bit of movement. It was after, actually they were in San Francisco for a long time, right? Was it San Francisco or LA or something? Then they moved to Austin. Yeah, we're getting to that, Grendel. That's kind of an interesting situation right there. So let's move on to subjects du jour, fellas. Subjects du jour. Not much on the actual website on what's going on. That's the PvE thing. Onslaught. We looked at Watt Monthly. You can buy wooden tanks. And that's that. So we're going to roll over here to some of the other news. The Chieftain Mark VI is supposedly going to be released in May, but we've heard nothing about an event. Is that a box event or something? I don't know. That's what they're saying though. This is a tank that's been around for a long time. It says global release in May of 2025. There's no indication here of what that means. It's a tier 10 promotional, so it's not a premium tank. I don't think we have any. Do we have tier 10 premiums? I don't think we have one of those yet. Could be wrong. First appeared way back in 2015, has been kicking around the files for a long time. We'll see. No, there's no other data on it. It's just that. We have a Jagdpanzer E90, a tier 9 that's built on what looks to be like an E100-ish hull. Could be straight cash. Wouldn't that be something, actually? Wouldn't that be something? This thing... Yeah, a tier 10 premium would be a disaster, kind of, wouldn't it? Here's pictures of it. It looks like an E100-ish hull with a big casemate on top. No stats. I think we have some stats coming up on it. Then there's a tier 9 light tank, French, Project Louis. It has 2 tracks, which I think is a similar game mechanic to the American dual track system, where if one gets hit, it can still go. I don't know if that's mech'd in the game. It mentions it here, but I don't know if that matters here. We already have a couple tanks that have kind of these dual track things going on, and it doesn't really do anything other than that one American line, but that's the inner track deal. So unknown, but it's a light tank. Another French light tank at tier 9, and it's a premium. Here's the stats for the Jagdpanzer E90. We're looking at 650. Looks like 650 shell damage. I was about to say 850. That's crazy. No, 650, 290, and 334 for pin. Lots of pin. Around 1,000 shell velocity, 16-second reload. Aiming time 2.8. Decent dispersion at 0.35. Minus 10 gun depression. That is usable. Only 5 degrees left or right. Only does 28, so it's quite slow. 160 hull armor is not much, actually. It's angled, but boy, that really isn't that much, is it? That's wild. 120 on the sides. View range 370. Yeah, it looks like a big Jagdpanzer. A tier 9 Jagdpanzer. How to play. Overall, it's a typical representative of its vehicle type and role, which is what? It can push through enemy lines, block incoming shells, and inflict substantial damage. That thing's not blocking any shells, fellas. That's a pretty good angle, so it might be all right. It's fairly swept, but look at that giant lower plate. But that thing's not blocking anything. There's the Project Louis, the stats on it. Oh, forgot to mention, this thing has 10 shells with a 15-second reload. 1 second between shots. We're talking about what looks like a Tier 9 1357. 10 shells, 135 per shell. 195 pen, 236 with gold. That's not very high at Tier 9 for sure. And very low alpha, but you're talking about 10 shots in the clip. Yowza. And 15 seconds to be right back in the fight with another 1,350 potential damage. Yeah, 65. That is fast. What's its camo? View range, concealment's 15. Not amazing. It's pretty big actually for a light tank. Not much armor to speak of. What's its gun depression? -9, naturally. That's wild. 74 pieces. That's a strange number. 74. It's not even a multiple of 10. Huh. Or it's not a multiple of its clip size. So basically you have 7 reloads and then 4 left. Strange. So that's the Project Louis. Stop it. Project Louis. This is the PvE Postman thing we talked about. What monthly we talked about? Boosteroid, yeah. Yeah, here's the update on Onslaught that they did. They changed some of the magic powers. Ability duration reduced from 15 to 12. Ability cooldown increased from 5 to 18. So the abilities must have been going crazy. It must have been all about the abilities, because that's a significant nerf to the abilities. They're not going to last as long, and they take much longer to cool down. The cooldown was 5 seconds? Wow. Sniper medium tanks fire cover. Prestige points gained for damage dealt by the artillery strikes increased by 40%. Damage dealt by the artillery strike slightly improved. Yeah. You're going to chase that kind of thing. The problem with, in my opinion, with Onslaught is all of the magic powers. It's just a completely different game, really, and you're going to chase that kind of balance thing until you're just going to be chasing that tail. That tail's in front of you, and you're just spinning around chasing it. That's all. Yeah. Okay, gold maps come up. Here's the things you got for the bonus code. Commander AF Commander, 2D style, and then some decals. Those are the things you got. Unfortunately, none of it, other than the Commander, is useful, really, other than as visual stuff. All right, here's what somebody was mentioning earlier. Grendel. This is pretty interesting to me, and it's been a subject we've talked about along the way, and it's kind of what I've been getting at with this whole, not directly what I've been getting at, but what I've been talking about with the whole, is Lesta and Wargaming really a different company, and what kind of game are they playing here? And it looks like, at least in Russia, they're sort of calling their bluff a little bit, if it is a bluff, or they're just going after assets because that's how they roll in places like that. I don't know. But there is a suit, and they're filing an appeal. Essentially, Russia is saying that this company supported Ukraine, saying Lesta Games supported Ukraine. Remember what happened is we had the invasion, then everybody put flags in their bios, and then money started flying around in all the directions, and somebody in the Paris office of Wargaming decided to do a fundraiser for ambulances. Okay, fair enough. Then somewhere along the way, Wargaming did the split, trying to appease everyone in every direction. And now the Russian government is going after Lesta, and essentially, as of now, has basically seized the company. One must assume it's still running, and they're, as far as people are still playing the game and all that good stuff. But it's in the Russian court, and they're discussing. I don't know, declaring what's going to go on. You can read the article too, but very interesting. And they're going after Mir Tankov, founder, Lesta Games founder. Oh, Mir Tankov. Okay, I'm sorry, I thought that was the name. That's the name of it there, isn't it? Right? That's Lesta Games is the company, and then Mir Tankov, I think, is the Russian name for the game, as I believe. So they filed an appeal. Very, very crazy, man. A Russian company specializing in video game development is before the... So look at this. Look at this. So, this is a third-party article, but here's what it says. It's a Russian company specializing in video game development. Its portfolio includes World of Tanks, World of Warships, Tanks Blitz, and Royal Quest. Is that just the wrong verbiage in terms of they're saying it owns World of Tanks, or are they talking about Lesta's Mir Tankov version of World of Tanks? Who the hell knows, man? Who knows? It's a mess. That's very interesting. Company's leadership argues that imposing measures are excessive. Yeah, as it would be. So, according to the complaint, Lesta Games is actively involved in projects related to the upcoming celebration of the 80th anniversary of the Great Patriotic War in Russia. Include production of unique this, that, and the other. I'm trying to find the part where it talks about... justifications, post-invasion support for Ukraine, most notably an in-game campaign aimed at raising money for ambulances. Although Lesta Games had no involvement in this initiative, it is reportedly being presented as evidence that the profitable company does not back Russia, potentially laying the groundwork for state to seize its assets. Jimmy, that's actually, yeah, I've seen that stuff as well. It's pretty wild, actually, on both sides of the fence, the stories of that kind of thing, going out and looking for people who are trying to keep from being drafted, essentially, conscripted into the army. But that's crazy. That's, what else we got going? Wooden tanks. I think that's pretty much it. There might have been one or two things. Oh, this was interesting. That trailer, that 2025 trailer, I guess they've found some tanks that aren't really in the game that were in some of the pictures. So who knows who built the graphic? They may have just grabbed tank files from wherever, and some of this stuff is... Or maybe they're actually clever and they're doing some little reveals of things in these, but some of these tanks... Two new tanks are noticeable. German tank in the foreground is not precisely identified, but many players think it resembles the Rheinmetall Belletwagen, whatever that is. And then, I mean, it's it's very blurry, but a 4-tracked BZT-70 is visible in the background. It's appeared on the console version. Considering an 11th tier is naive, it is likely being developed tier 10. The Lorraine GL1 had its icon leaked to the Super Test back in 2012. So that's what they think that is. Then we've got KB122S, which first appeared in Super Test during version 1.0. So there's all kinds of little snippets of tanks they think that are out there. Tiger 217 is in the files and has been around for a long time, but hasn't been released. So who knows? I mean, really, at this point, does anyone really get excited when new tanks are showing up at this point? Probably not really. Some more tech tree buffs are coming in 1.29. There's not any details on it, but 1.29 is going to move around tech tree tanks again, apparently. This doesn't seem like a big deal, but Frontline 2025 artwork slip up. Apparently, there's like Tier 6 tanks driving around on the Fatima map. Whatever. Unidentified Soviet super heavy tank detected in recent gameplay trailer. Don't know if they have a picture of it. So just kind of mining all their videos and stuff and figuring out what's maybe being shown in those things. Here's the Chisei. This is the place we stopped last week. This is a Tier 8 premium for Japan. And I don't think they have anything like that, do they? Nope. Not a heavy. So they do have a medium. They have the STA2. And oh, that's not true. They have the Type 63, right? Type 63. Wargame said rebalancing will be a big focus this year. They've kept their word. Yeah, they've been working on it. They've been working on it. A hover tank. Yeah, we need one of those. An AT-AT. Yeah. I'm sort of looking forward to checking out the stupid camo on this thing that you guys told me about. We'll see what that sounds like. That's going to be funny. I have to get hit, though. That shouldn't be a problem. I should easily be able to get hit. Chisei, though, is, I think, a fairly bog standard Tier 8 heavy tank. 220, 255, does 300 damage, 7.3 second reload. Sorry, 8.2 second reload. That's right, minus 13. We noted that last week. That's a crazy depression. I don't know how or why that thing has that much depression. It's hard to see a picture of it necessarily, but I guess the gun is pretty low in the turret there. I don't know, that seems to be a strange stat, but there you go. 2.11 seconds, pretty good aim time. 0.35 accuracy is okay. 210 on the turret, and it does 38, so it's okay for a heavy tank, but not super fast. Looks like fairly standard. Other than the minus 13, that could be very useful. It does seem to have a very large tumor on it, though. Am I seeing what I'm seeing there? Yes. Oh boy, look at that. So use that minus 13 gun depression, and it does look. The turret does kind of. I wonder how weak that top piece is right there, because it's hittable, and then you've got this massive turret back here. It's depressed. That's right. I gotcha, Cliffy. I gotcha. And that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, for everyone who's here now, there will be no coffee talk next week on the 11th or on the 25th. I'll retell the 25th on the 18th, but we will not have one next week. I'll be on the road. Got a wedding to go to. It is Kedge's fault. And then on the 18th, on the 25th, there won't be one, as I'll be at a graduation. It is that time o' year. And that is about it, fellas. That is all the news that is fit or unfit to print. I got a house full today. Got stuff that I got to go get doing. I got to go get doing. Got to go do. Wake up an hour early. Yeah. Sleep in next weekend, fellas. Sleep in next weekend. That's all I've got. Yep, I will see you guys out there. Like I said, if you got any good replays or things you want me to look at, feel free to send them. I will always take those. I have a couple good ones from you guys, so we'll see those next week. Let's go find somebody to raid. My family's being very loud in the other room right now. I have to go buy a suit today. I haven't done that in I don't know how long. How about Snock Bull? Snockable. That's who we're rating. Snockable. Snockable. There he is. All right, we're going to raid Snockable. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll start the raid right here. Have a good week. We'll see you on Monday. Yeah, birthday suits are free. However, that is not recommended for the event that I need the suit for. All right. Later, guys.